All right. So I think we are successfully live streaming. I'm gonna mute it on here and then guys, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cover our training on how to migrate document signing systems like DocuSign into HighLevel. I've got a pack of workflows that you guys are gonna be able to use. So I'm gonna kind of go through them and explain it. If you don't know what a workflow is, it's gonna be a great way for you to see what one looks like and how you build it. And then I'm sharing this pack of workflows with anybody who's affiliated with me. And so I've got a small business side where I can help a small business with getting any of their systems set up for marketing. I've got white label fulfillment for other agencies where I can help you if you're an agency owner. And then I've got a stack of freebies I give away to anyone who signs up for Go High Level or gets affiliated with us. And that's going to include a few different things I'm going to cover. But right now I'm going to get into the training and I'm going to cover that stuff at the end. So people, most everybody's that has a business is using DocuSign, PandaDocs, or DocsHub or some sort of document signing software. Now, HighLevel can replace 42 different types of software, and I'm going to give you guys the full list here at the end. And then I know how to migrate every single one into HighLevel. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in and show you the HighLevel document system and then go over these workflows, and then I'll cover the other bonuses. So this is my, rebranded Go High Level. Normally it would start out saying Go High Level right there and look a little different. I spiced mine up just a little bit and moving some stuff around on my screen so I can see better. If we go to payments, this is where documents are going to live, documents and contracts, and we're going to go to templates. So you can actually create a new one in a few different ways. They've got templates. They've got a whole library of templates that have example documents from different industries. And why not show you guys what some of these look like? So CRM integration proposal, consultation proposal, insurance, all sorts of different templates like release of liabilities. So if you haven't gone through here, then you may be missing out on some assets, especially if you're starting your business in the first place. But most likely you've already got some documents that you've been using. And wouldn't it just be easier if you could import one of those? And you can. So let me go back to documents. You can hit plus right there and you can say upload existing PDF. So whatever document system you're using, you'll be able to download your templates as a PDF. So do that and just upload it right here. Now, high-level documents are pretty, sophisticated. You can have your products and checkout and payment happen all in the document. You can also have it done after. There's different ways you can set things up, but you'll upload your files there. And I'm just going to show you mine for example from here and how you can edit a template. So I've got a version for my white label agencies and for my small businesses I work with. I'm going to show you guys the small business one. So we've got a spot for notes I leave at the top, my logo. I keep it pretty basic. And then I usually just leave it to where there's only going to be one signer so that I don't have to sign every time I send one out. And so I let them do this part. Now I enter this stuff before I send it. And you can add check boxes. You see, it's a pretty standard thing, not too complicated, but you got e-signatures and everything you normally have. And this is going to be legally binding. It's going to have the certificate, the IP address of the signers, just like DocuSign. Now you can have this set up in your workflows to where as soon as somebody requests a document, it goes out. And you could have it where they check these boxes and it automatically sends them a proposal. If you want, my team to create a full automated onboarding flow for you, we can. I'll just show this real quick. Masterclass Live QA. So this is a web called a webinar page, and it's a place where anybody that comes off an internet lead or ends up here from my website, they can get all the information and they can sign up right now. And so I've got all the main questions answered about pricing, um, like my highest credibility piece of content, which is this one right here, and and then this survey. And this GoHighLevel has conditional surveys now, so I can walk them through whether they're a small business or an agency, the right process to get signed up, and then generate a contract automatically from there. So this is something that we do in our setup for people sometimes. There's a webinar page. But now I'm going to go back over to the contracts, and ours is automated so that they can it'll send out a contract from there when they finish it. So that is an agreement, but how do we make it just like DocuSign so that it's going to send reminders? I want notifications when somebody views it, and I want to make sure they stop getting reminders when they sign it, and I want to get a text when they sign it. These are things that those softwares do automatically, and I've created some workflows that I'm going to share with people that get affiliated with me. It's going to be a special bonus just for today, and I do not want to save my changes. Special bonus for today. Now you can add on to these workflows. You can take things away from them, but most of you probably have never built an automation before. And so the way you do it is you go into automations right there. That's the same thing as workflows. I created this folder for all the ones I'm giving away today, and it's going to start with a contract reminder. Now, I may not go through each one of these. Well, I may as well. So contract reminder, pretty basic. With GoHighLevel workflows, you get all sorts of triggers, and one of them is documents. So I go to document, status is sent, and you can change the statuses. You guys can see how that gives you a lot of flexibility. And if you've never seen a GoHighLevel workflow, you've got so many things you can use to trigger an automation. And then as you saw, like documents is going to be one option in here, but then there's documents, status is or is not, all those different categories. So all of these, there's more. It's not just one. There's like different settings you can configure within the trigger itself. And then we're going to go and create actions. So you've got an action you can add here. You got all these different options. And it's pretty simple. So as soon as we send it out, an agreement has been sent to for your review to, and then I put their email. And I said, please check spam and reply here with any questions. Thanks. And just so you guys know, if you want to like drop a client's email or email address in there, you can use this right here. This is custom values. And I go to contact and email. You can access all sorts of stuff in here to use it in your automations, like voice AI transcripts or anything you could think of is in here. So really, really cool. And I'm going to wait a day, and then I'm going to say, hey, your agreement's still waiting your approval. Did you find it? And wait 2 days, and reminder to sign off on your agreement. Did you have some questions? Right? And so that's the basics of what you want to do. Maybe you want to go much longer than that, but now you guys know you just go in here and you can add some more wait steps. But really, you could do all sorts of stuff. You could drop them a ringless voicemail and say, hey, I sent you a document a few days ago. I haven't heard back. Just to make sure everything's all right. Is there anything else that I can get you that would be, valuable for you in this decision-making process? Where are you getting caught up? There's all sorts of stuff you can do, and these little things are what move the needle forward. So I hope that you guys not only got an understanding of what this workflow does, but an understanding of what high-level workflows are capable of and how you can customize these to be more like you. Put your personality in here. It's really cool. These are, kind of extensions of yourself that you create. So sign contract. When somebody signs, I want it to send me a text, agreement completed for contact name, and then remove them from the reminders. And then contract viewed, maybe I want to call them. Maybe I just get freaking excited when my clients view a contract and I just want to know, which is the real case. Contract viewed by XYZ. Now I'm going to have my AI call them 7 times in a row after that. Be like, don't close it. If I could see when they close the contract, that'd piss me off. I don't want to see that. So that's what it is. These 3 workflows give you guys a good beginning, a good starting point for basically replacing DocuSign. And guess what? That $30 a month or $100 a month, whatever you're paying, I've seen DocuSign charge like hundreds of dollars a month if you have a bunch of users. One of the things I love about HighLevel is they do not charge more for more users. Um, and so it's free to have this document stuff. And speaking of all the amazing value, I think it would be a great time for me to show you guys all the other things HighLevel can replace. I do a different training on one of these things 3 times a week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 2 p.m. is my trainings. Those are public. And then I have my current clients come at 1 p.m. and I'm asking them what they need. I've got DIY clients, I've got done for you, and we make it happen right there. So if you want to get to this page, you see the URL, Masterclass Live QA. You can see all my replays here. And then I also post long forms on my YouTube channel 2 times a week on top of the 3 other trainings. But we're talking about the stuff HighLevel can replace. And right here is the best place to see it. Guys, I had so many people in this meeting earlier and I accidentally kicked them all out. I'm so ticked at myself. Um, I kicked them out when I was trying to go live. And I'm gonna have to dig through and send this recording. But this document we made, and guys, if you have an agency, you can take this document and you can throw this thing into ChatGPT with your logo and say, hey, rebrand this for my company. And look, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna tell anybody that you copied me. But this is a pretty fire document if you're using GoHighLevel. If you want to impress your clients and show them all the value that you can get, that you can give to them for whatever you're charging, you could charge somebody 1,000 a month for just GoHighLevel, which has all this stuff included, and you can justify it by going through and finding the stuff they're paying for. Because I guarantee it's going to add up to 1,000 a month, and then you're like, hey, we're going to include moving this stuff over for you. You guys just saw how I do a migration of document signing. There's a similar process for migrating everything, and so like I have the average price of what the software is, all the different things it can replace, and pretty cool stuff. So you guys just hit that web page, watch my masterclass, download this document right here. I've got some other bonuses like how you can get a 50% tax credit by installing this widget on your site if you have somebody do your website for you, and other cool bonuses. But I'm going to talk about the other things I include with affiliation and how to get affiliated real quick in case you don't know me. I've got a whole small business side, a whole white label fulfillment side. If you want to book one of those calls for me, everybody who was going to book with me, they already told me they wanted to. I kicked them out of the meeting. So I'm gonna text them the link. But you can um, just go to the link in my bio on whatever you're seeing this on, whether it's YouTube or anywhere, and there'll be a link to this masterclass page. It all goes to this page right here. And if you put your information in here, and you start a trial, you'll get a bonus. You get a 15-minute one-on-one with me. That's one of the bonuses you get with a trial. And then you get access to come to these meetings 3 times a week. If you just fill out this first part of the form, even if you don't sign up now, I'll text you the next time I'm going to go live for one of these sessions, and you can be on here so we can meet there. And then if you're you know all the pricing, if you're ready to start done for you for your agency or have me do your business, then you can go ahead and book a one-on-one. And so you get a 15-minute one-on-one when you start a trial with HighLevel or get affiliated by one of the other ways. I'm going to cover the 3 different ways here in a second. Um, I have a link for an extended 30-day trial because I'm a sponsored affiliate. And you get the 3 client only group coaching sessions that starts at 1 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I've got like 5 courses now that we give you guys. And I'm going to tell you guys what the course covers. You get access to an 11,000 member community. It's bigger than it was when I wrote this. And you get my supercharged AI employee snapshot and SaaS and website template. If you want to check out my pricing, massmarket.ai, that's the website template that I'll give you. If you're an agency owner, it'll be a good template for you to start with. Kind of shows you how I do my pricing, gives you a quick way to run. Now, what I mean by a supercharged AI employee is that, um, and I'm just looking at Alicia's comments. I'm glad you're having fun, Alicia. And let me see. Um, for note taker for Zoom, I use Fireflies, uh, but I don't have it in here right now. So, anyways, I wanted to wait. Shoot, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, supercharged AI employee. So, what makes my snapshot different? I talk about that right here in this drop down. So, HighLevel's voice AI. normally doesn't have a memory of past voice conversations. And the text AI channel, like it goes over SMS, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, web chat, and email. It is not aware of the voice conversations, and the voice is not aware of it. And so I started working in AI texting systems and integrating them into GoHighLevel back like 5 years ago with this thing called WooSender. And then I started using Zappy Chat and CloseBot and others. But now HighLevel all brought it inside HighLevel. It's already included with it. Same with voice AI. I started doing voice AI 2 years ago when it first came out. I was one of the first people to pay this. The first voice AI company that came out, I paid them 40 grand for a course and access to the software. So I paid 40 grand for less than I'm giving you guys for free here, literally. I'm giving you guys the course, I'm giving you guys access to the software, and I'm giving you guys one-on-one access with me and weekly access with me for free when I paid 40 grand for less than that. So I'm including, so basically I learned how to create these memory systems that connect the memories between voice and text AI systems. And I took what I learned and I put it into this snapshot. Now, what a snapshot is, you guys already saw the workflows and automations. Basically, I'm downloading my automations right into your system. And if you want the DocuSign snapshot that I just went over the workflows in, you can get it if you're already in my community or if you get affiliated, which brings me a great time to tell you how to get affiliated. I've got, and by the way, I should mention a little bit more about my courses you get. I've got one for setting up everything straight in GoHighLevel. I've got one for like setting up AI voice and text in HighLevel. It'll have you set up with AI answering questions and booking over voice and text in about 10 minutes total for all of it, all the channels. Then we have a deep AI setup, which takes it much further. So, guys, the basic setup, it's going to answer questions in book, but when you start scaling up your business, you're going to notice that there's all these scenarios that start to become your worst enemy. For instance, people that will not get their onboarding form done. That's one of them. People that their logins aren't right for like a credit monitoring system that you need to get into to do the work. That's I know that from my credit repair business. And like as you scale up, you have teams that you have to have a team to do each to go after each one of these problems. And their job all day is to go and knock these things out. And you set a commission for every time you fix this problem, you get 10 bucks. This is how it looks. But guess what? If you use a deep AI setup, you can take it much further. You know what? I'm going to do my training Saturday on deep AI setup so you guys can see what that looks like. But basically, you do it in workflow. So it's like if they have this tag that they're a current client and they are missing this onboarding tag, then I want you to respond with this prompt, which is going to be telling them, hey, we still are missing these questions. And it can even fill up their form by them just answering the questions with the AI. So you can solve a lot of problems in your business and replace teams with the deep AI setup. And it goes much further than just appointment setting. So that takes more like 4 hours to set up, and that's also in my course. If you still are liking third-party AI text and calling systems, I also have courses on how to set those up. Now, all this is going to be free when you get affiliated. And getting affiliated means starting a trial through my link. You can upgrade your GoHighLevel account through one of my links. And if you go through this survey and just say what plan you're on, this is going to direct you to the right way to get affiliated for whoever you are. Now, if you're already fully upgraded on the 497 plan, then you can just use my code for AI employee. AI employee, it basically is the part of the system that is AI usage. So all the systems that use tokens, which is like the gas for AI, it's like human thought in a energy form. Basically, you get free AI voice, you get free AI responses in the text systems, you get unlimited website builds with AI, unlimited workflow AI, and all the other things. And so HighLevel gives affiliates like me who specialize in AI the ability for you to put my code into your agency. And when you go unlimited, HighLevel is going to charge you 97 and you can put a markup on it for your clients. So you can charge your client 150, HighLevel's charging you 97. Now they're going to charge you 97 regardless, but if you use my code, they're going to give me 40 bucks for that. The reason they do that is so that I can make these fire AI workflows that are going to make all of your clients want to go unlimited. So you make $50 and I make $50 and HighLevel makes $50. And so That's why they had me speak on their during their season of AI. That's when I was the guest speaker. That's what I specialize in. AI taught me how to code a couple years ago, and I'm obsessed with it. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I think I covered everything. Um, I am going to go and send this recording link to everybody who I kicked out of here, tragically. And then let me see if there's anybody in here who I haven't spoken with because I saw Dulce come in, and I don't think I spoke with you, Declan. You're new, bro. So I'd love if you throw me some questions. I'm going to leave this open. We'll go Q&A style for a second here. And we actually do have a few people in here. Roger, I don't think I met you yet, man. Roger Hamilton. Come off mute, Roger, and let me know where you're calling from and then what type of business you have and what you know about high level, if you can, or Dulce, either one of y'all. And I'm dropping my one-on-one calendar link in the chat here. And Declan, are you able to come off mute?
Yes, I am.
There you go. What's going on, bro? What do you think? Do you have any other questions?
Um, just thinking about one, I guess, because at least internally, like we use DocuSign a lot for a lot of like one-off type. Um,
Yeah.
um, and I guess just taking a look at it, I took a quick look over it for our businesses ourselves, and for some of our more templated stuff, this seems like it'd be a great fit. But would it work well with one-off sends?
Yeah. Um, you can just use a text editor on there and type out whatever you want, drop a signature field, and send it like that. Is that what you're meaning?
So like we have like some of like our agreements and stuff. So like in the merchant processing world, like we have our it's like when we price a merchant at a specific point, we have to have specific paperwork that we fill out,
Mm-hmm.
make sure we have the right addendums and all that stuff included, which wouldn't be our normal templated agreement.
Mm-hmm.
So then I guess we would have that in its own PDF that we would then drop in DocuSign and put the initial and date fields and that type of stuff and then hit send.
Yeah. You just drop the same PDF right into high level through the PDF uploader. I
Okay.
think it should be the exact same process.
Okay. Um,
Yep.
And would that still work, or would we have to, I guess, in terms of like the automations, right? Would we have to like duplicate to make sure that the proper triggers are set? So, or
Mm-mm.
uh,
These workflows that I have that I showed you guys, they would work for any document that gets sent is going to have those same reminders. Now you could
perfect.
also change certain templates that trigger reminders, and you could maybe like, but yeah, so no, those that I made fire for all of them, and they're generic, so they would reply to anything.
Yep, that's perfect. Thank you.
Yep. Um, and then if you want to get affiliated and get like those workflows, access to the coaching, the other bonuses I mentioned, that one-on-one calendar, bro, I'll
Mhm.
personally onboard you and get you affiliated with whichever way makes sense. Um, if you already have a high level agency and it's just your own businesses in there, I would just suggest migrating. So you can just open up a new agency, new email, phone, and credit card. You can just use one of your friends' or dad's phone number, whatever. And then once you get everything moved over, you can migrate the sub accounts. You just have to reconnect the calendars, which takes 5 minutes, and then you can switch the number back to the number you prefer, and you can close the old account. And then I'm getting credit, and you got free access to everything I've got and the snapshots I just showed you. So you can do it that way. Um, and feel free to grab a time if you want to do that.
Can
Um,
you show me how to know if I'm affiliated?
you're affiliated because you're under Jamie, so you're
I
with
am
me.
with Jamie. I just
Hmm
don't know how to fill out your form.
You get all the bonuses just from being with Jamie, but if you want to get
I
you're
want
in
to learn how
Jamie's
to
age,
use it. I
yeah,
don't know
you're
how.
welcome to come to all this stuff. So if you are a client of like one of the agencies that I'm doing white label support for,
Hmm.
you've got all my stuff. You get all the bonuses. You can come to all the meetings. Well, you're welcome to everything.
Thank you.
No
And you have a
problem.
support group somewhere?
Yeah. So this same meeting link you joined, you can just come at 1 p.m. on Saturday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I haven't missed a day since December,
Thank you.
and I'm there to help with whatever you need. No problem. And my team, you can check on stuff with my team on those meetings. When you submit IT tickets, they come to me and my team. And then really, it's better to just come to those meetings and check with me and have me coordinate the team and help you know like what the next thing that you can do to push your business forward is. You know,
I am so grateful. Very, very much so. Thank you.
it's what I could. It's what I do best, and I like whatever it is I do best. I like to do it well. You know what I mean? So I'm
I
right here.
do.
Yeah. Um, Dulce, I haven't met you. Can you come off mute?
Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you. How are you? I'm doing great.
I'm doing good. I was in the middle of eating while listening, so I apologize. I'm
You're chewing the
multitasking.
mouthful. I'm like, come off mute. Like,
Yeah, and I was like, oh.
no
Um,
worries.
so I know that you guys have DocuSign resolutions and then also answering um calls, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we do like
Yeah,
AI voice setup and stuff. So like AI is my specialty, but
yeah.
I've been using this system called GoHighLevel for 5 years. I've scaled like three businesses to six figures a month in it. I've spent 10,000 hours in this thing, and it does way more than just those two things. So I'm not sure when you came in here. Do you already use GoHighLevel? Tell me about your business.
No, I kind of just dropped in. I guess
Mm,
I watched the video prior to this, but then
okay.
I got the text messages. So no, I have not. Um, I'm interested. I'm still,
Mm-hmm.
I guess since I got in the middle of the conversation, I'm still kind of curious of everything, but I do
Yeah.
believe in
What kind of business do you have?
we have productions and consulting with film. We do taxes in the season too, and we're
Okay.
doing some tax advisory as well, and also some lending for existing businesses.
Okay.
Um, there's just too much to do, and
Yeah.
we have family that is getting involved in the business, but we I want to make it easier and simpler, um, and sometimes relying on other people to call and etc. It's a hassle.
Yeah.
Um, that's one important thing that I need to.
One thing that I do a little differently because, I got into AI voice because I was tired of always having to manage sales teams. I had 100 salespeople at the
Yeah,
time when I
exactly.
started learning how to code and manage sales teams. And so this approach that I'm doing right here is, I've got an IT team, which is juiced up with AI, and then I'm the only sales guy now. And the way I do it is when new leads come in, I'm going to ring them a few times. AI is going to text them and call them and try to book them.
Yep.
But I'm just going to let them be after that. And then I think of new topics 3 times a week. And I just do these things. And I swear it's like five new people that show up at least every single time I do this 3 times a week. And not only that, not only am I doing it all myself, but these videos are going to be on YouTube forever.
Mm,
And I pick the topics based on what I think is going to get the most views. And there will be a day where I don't have to do any more sales because it's
mm,
all on there. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And so I'm very stubborn and determined, and I know that this is like the way of the future, leveraging video to do your sales, and then really like I what I'm doing is so different. It stands out. That's another huge important thing in marketing. It's a community-based reactivation flow is what it is.
Hmm.
So I believe in like having a community, and Go High Level can let you build your own communities. And then I do events 3 times a week, and that's what it is. That's the way you really stand out and do something different. And I still do my little one-to-ones, but by the time somebody gets on a one-to-one, first off, they never flake. They already know all the info and they're ready to close. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So um, so I understand that the what you're talking about, and I'm sure Go High Level could help all of your businesses. I'll just recap like if you aren't are you using like a CRM? Or do you have any like what do you use to reach out to your clients?
Well, I saw that you have a note there with Asana. But we also do it in person, like writing down,
Mm-hmm.
computer as well, Excel. But it just seems like, I guess for each thing it's different.
Yeah.
And so that's what
Um,
I narrow down to one. And then also with calls closing, like I feel that I can definitely just I was actually gonna get AI talk, something like that. I don't know what the name
Simple
is.
talk.
Yes, or yeah, I
I
think
used to use Simple Talk. Now I'll tell you what, go outbound voice is really not all it's cracked up to be.
yeah.
And you're better off. People, if you just send them a calendar link via text, more of them are going to book through that than they will from an AI call.
Huh.
Uh, and so it's like I really believe in um, instead of just getting a simple talk where all it does is outbound voice,
Mhm.
like you're going to be much better off with a system like HighLevel that can you can get email follow up, text follow up, your
Yes.
calendar system's handled, everything. And then look, if you go to my YouTube channel, I've got tons of videos about HighLevel, but I am sure that that's the best solution for you guys. Now, I just pasted a link in the chat that is the 42 tool checklist. It's all the things HighLevel replaces. It's actually not even all of them. It's like, but it's a lot of them. Um, and this GoHighLevel is $97 a month. And then you can set this all up yourself. Even the $97 plan gives you those 42 tools for 3 businesses. And then at $297, you get unlimited businesses. Um, and if you want me to come in and set your stuff up for you, there's a couple different ways we can do that. I did hear you have a lot of different businesses. I'm not sure how many of them you really want to push on right now, or if there are a few key ones where you're like, this is the one where what you do when you first get HighLevel is first you integrate everything. So now you've got one centralized place to see all your messages from all your clients, all your calls, emails, texts, all come into one place. You can get all your existing emails integrated and everything. Um, Step two is to migrate additional software in to cut your to start so you're saving money from the beginning, and then doing a reactivation. And that's where you send texts and emails back to your clients. So we'll build out some sequences of emails and text, and you can do ringless voicemails, which is like their phone will just vibrate one time, they'll have a voicemail. And then if they call it back, HighLevel has AI voice that'll answer the call and book them. So we set all that up for you, and we start sending messages back to all your old leads. And before that, we take your old lead list. My team will make sure the numbers and emails are good. If you send number text to a bunch of bad numbers, it'll freeze up your account. The carrier will freeze you for a day if you do that. And so we'll clean the list. We'll break the list up into people. Hey, here's current clients. Here's people that booked and never closed. Here's other leads that we don't know what they are. And we'll build a campaign of outreach sequence to each of them, and we'll send it off. And so for me, like I mentioned, guys, I haven't ran ads in 3 months, 4 months, and but I have like, I still have 6,000 people who I paid like $20 per lead, so I have a big database that I can still, I tell them what the new training is, and I get 5 or 6 people that are just ready to book. Because out of like, when you think about it, when people click on your ad, they're interested, and one day they're going to sign up for a service like that. They're in your market, but it might not be the right time. And my approach is, instead of trying to ram it down their throat and call them nonstop, I'll see if they're ready. I'm going to text them, call them a few times, and then I'm just going to do my trainings. And guess what? Out of 6,000 people, there's maybe it's 1% of them become ready to buy that week, and 1% more the next week. It's probably less than 1%. It is less than 1%. Maybe it's, 1 in 1,000 becomes ready to buy that week. So six, that actually does sound about right. So once you get a big enough list of past clients and you start working it properly, guess what, guys? Clients are going to pop up ready to buy, every week. And that's what's been going on for me. Last month, I didn't run any ads. I just did these trainings to my whole list, and I generated 8,500 new monthly recurring revenue. Um, and I hope the same thing happens again this month. So uh, that's what I would use HighLevel for. So you do a reactivation. You don't have to start with a sequence like this with events. You can just start with sending out a text message, and just say, hey, we spoke XYZ ago. Are you ready to come hop back in? Are you ready to take a look at it again? Or something like that. So reactivation is what we call reaching back out to your list, and then migration is moving software in to cut your costs across your software stack. Those are the two main things. Um, and then Dulce, tell me what you mean. Do you mean like how you can get affiliated?
And yes.
Yeah. So you can start a trial through my link for GoHighLevel, and This is like the DIY plan. You're going to get my courses. You can have my team come and set stuff up for you, but there's a minimum number of hours. So it's like a bigger setup fee if you want me to start working on your agency, because that way you're going to own it, which you may want to do. Now, the alternative is you come into my GoHighLevel agency where I own it, but I let you come in without paying me 3 grand up front. You know what I mean? And so, whichever way is better for you, you're going to get access to a GoHighLevel account and all my bonuses, whether you start in my agency or whether you start your own. But the cheapest way, yeah, that is to start a trial through my link and work on it yourself. And maybe that's the best way for you for now. What do you think would be best for you right now? You want to
Um,
have stuff done for you or do it yourself?
and how much is done for you again? Sorry.
Done, done for you in your agency. We're about to raise the minimum, but if I do it for you in your agency, you get a bank of hours, and the minimum bank to start is 2K. If you want to start in my agency and have me set up an account for your business and start reaching back out to your old clients, you'll have all the same tools and stuff. You can get started for less than that 2K. And it's more like a traditional marketing service where I've got, the basic CRM set up. Then I've got, hey, we can do your SEO and your website for you. We can do paid ads, and it's a monthly cost, right?
Yeah.
So whichever way you want to go. But if you think that you at least want to start a trial at the least for the high level do
Get
it
out.
yourself, like worst case scenario,
Mm.
just go ahead and book a time with me. Um, Alicia, where are you seeing join our community? On the website? And I'll drop the link for the one-on-one again. Alicia, you can come off mute. I'm not sure. The Google Doc. Oh, you mean this thing right
Yeah,
here?
yeah. Is
Okay.
this join our community? I thought maybe it was a Facebook group where you can Q&A or something, and I tried and it didn't work.
Let me see what that's about.
It's at the very
Where
bottom.
where does it take you?
It takes me to a
Oh,
document.
it works for me. I think it's because maybe you're not in there yet. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, Alicia, we'll get you access into the community and courses if you want.
Yes,
No
please.
problem. Whew. Phew. Can you text me back on the number where you got the invitation so I can just or text me the email you want me to give access to?
I think it was email. Did I get
Even
it?
yeah, if you just reply to that email, it'll come to the top and I'll give you access to everything.
Thank you.
Um, so let me see. Does anybody need to grab a time that hasn't grabbed the time? Or is everybody situated?
I'm not supposed to schedule one-on-one, right? I didn't grab a time.
You you can if you want to do I haven't talked to Jamie about that, best way to do that. But you can book a paid one-on-one with me there, but it's 200 a half hour. And so but you're probably better off just coming to the public mastermind session. But if you want, you can. Yeah.
This is
Um,
good. Thank you.
yeah. The public mastermind is the most economical way for me to be able to help everybody. And I like it. I like the chaos of it a little bit. Uh, so
May I update my email with you as well when I reply?
mhm.
Is that okay?
Yeah, just send me the new one you want. Anybody else need anything or is everybody situated?
Just want to say as a longtime client of Rob, Rob is the best. You will not find a better team, better workflows. Like without thinking twice, just jump in with Rob and you're in the best place possible.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Zalmi's been here
yeah.
since the early days, and I'm really good with really good with the tech side, but figuring out the right flow for me to be able to replicate the success that I had with the other businesses I've scaled has taken a while. But the way we've got it going now, where we've got these ways for everybody to access me, if people come to these meetings twice a week, I will know what's going on in your business. And
Yes.
it's just like I just have to see you and stay in contact with you a couple of times a month, and you'll get the same results that I've had in my businesses.
No, I
So
can't imagine how busy you are, Rob, but somehow you just always stay in touch and you have a good pulse on where I'm at, and I appreciate it, you know.
thank you, man.
Yeah, for sure. Like I've been wishing and praying to have this kind of a support system behind me, and that allows me to turn around and then, kind of offer that to my clients
Yeah.
too. So very grateful. Thank you.
Well, I'm trying to build something special. It means a lot
Yes,
when you
sir.
when I hear
Absolutely.
it from my clients because I put my heart into it
I
too.
mean it.
And
Yeah.
you're
Oh
always
yeah.
so you speak very well, bro. It means a lot to
Thank
me.
you, man.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Goes both
um
ways.
Thank you, man. Well, if you need anything, let me know. I hope I see you guys back on the meeting. I'll be on here again Saturday at 1 p.m. And I think I'm gonna do a training on deep AI setup. I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like. Um, and that's like where my skill is most valuable, really, with that kind of AI stuff.
May I
What's up,
bring a
Alicia?
friend?
Say again?
May I invite a friend?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Um, so Alicia, if you invite um a friend to the training, I'll give you, if she signs up for anything, I'll give you some sort of commission for that, by the way. Depends on what she signs up for as to what kind of commission I can do, but I got you, just so you know.
Oh, well,
Um,
I have one of those links, so
okay, good. Um, well, sweet. So I will see you guys soon. Thank you all so much. And that's it. That's all I got. Bye-bye,
is
guys.
that what time is that central?
It'll be Central. Central is just 1 hour behind, I think. So it's probably noon. Wait,
Uh,
the current client session is at 1, which would be noon. Is that right,
Okay.
Zalmi? Or am I off?
I think Central Time is 1 hour
Central's
behind
2.
Eastern Standard Time. So if
Right.
you're in
I think so
Eastern
too.
Standard Time, Central Time is 1 hour before.
Mountain is 2 hours back, I think.
And you do this 3 times a week?
3 times a week. And so the public session where you want to bring a friend is this session, which would be um, 1
At
p.m.
1.
Central. And then if you want to come to the current client session, that would be noon.
And what days? It's Saturday and what else?
Thursday, Tuesday, Saturday.
Same time every time?
Same time every time, so people don't forget.
It's jumping in my calendar. Thank you. Thursday,
You're
Tuesday,
welcome.
Saturday.
I've got a link that you can use to put it in there too.
That would be
Um,
super helpful. Thank you.
if you ever want to book a paid one-on-one, it's in here. But this will book you for the client side session. Where did I have it? Oh, here it is.
That was the one-on-one.
Here it is. So this won't book you for the trainings. This will book you for the client side session. But the training is always right after it. So
Okay.
and then it says small business agency and affiliate for the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. That's not really true. We cover whatever it is on all of them. It's the same thing. I don't really segment it out like that because if somebody needs help, I don't want them to have to wait till Saturday. I want them to come as soon as they can.
Okay.
I got your email,
Thank you.
and that's it. Guys, just send me a message back to the text that you got inviting you here if you have anything else you need, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Thank